Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? If you can, just chat with me. Great. Thanks, Hayat. How are you? Good, good. So welcome to this little meeting on the introduction to shamanism. Okay. So I don't know who I'm talking to. Maybe I'm talking to some shamanic practitioners or shamans. So please be welcome and to add any comments or questions on the chat. I'd appreciate that. Let's make it interactive. And by all means, let's go ahead. So what's a shaman? Well, shamans have one foot in the spirit world and one foot in this world, in this dimension. Shamans usually bring healing and insights from the spirit world to this world. Okay, thanks, Julia, for joining us. So it's a little bit different than the usual healing or the energy healing that a lot of people do nowadays, just because the shamans or the shamanic practitioners basically work in the spiritual world. Again, they're connected to the spirit guides, to the spirit world, and bring whatever is needed for the solutions in this dimension, in this duality. Okay. Now you have many types of shamans, you have many lineages, a lot of healers are shamans actually, so I don't want to make a big deal about the definition of shamans, but in general there are three types. The first type would be the brujos or the sorcerers, black magic and white magic. The next level would be the healers, the shamanic healers. And the third level would be ascended masters consciousness. I guess that would be the ultimate purpose of a shaman, to reach that type of consciousness, the ascended masters consciousness. Okay. So having said that, after you, oh, by the way, I'm giving a course on the 26th and 27th, Shamanism Level 1. In 12 days from today, if you're interested to join. And in that course, we'll do a lot of things. But, of course, we'll go to the basics, or we'll go forward or backwards to the basics, like coaches say. And we will learn, or we will deepen the rituals, the basic skills and rituals of cleansing, clearing, smudging, anchoring into Mother Earth, or what you call grounding. You'll learn how to digest, integrate, and process energies. You'll learn how to journey, of course. Journeying is a big part of the course. And you'll use the quartz crystal to enhance your imagination, open up the third eye, and open up the 7 directions. Okay, east, west, north, south, and front and behind, and of course, in the heart, where everything exists, the whole universes and worlds. So, here's a real question. Would you like to deepen your connection with Source? Would you like to deepen your connection with the Divine Creator, with your higher self? If you feel a calling, then by all means, join the course on the 26th, and 27th, okay, of March, in 12 days. Now, maybe not everybody is ready. Rupa is asking, is it online? Well, no, it's on site. But to tell you the truth, I think some people might be interested in taking it online. So I need to answer you on that one. I think it'd be difficult to do it online because we have a lot of people on site. But again, everything's possible. I'll get back to you on that one, Ruba, okay? So, would you like to connect with your principal spirit guide? Would you like to connect with your principal power animal? Okay, that's another question. In other words, would you like to have your spirit guide family around you? I certainly like that because they can help you in this duality right here with the little things and the bigger things. okay, in your everyday life, practically? Would you like to connect with the archangels, with the ascended masters, with deceased relatives and loved ones? You can do this with practice. And the first day, on the 26th of March, we're going to learn to connect with our higher self and deepen that connection. Okay, we're going to connect with Source, the divine creator, and she will help us from there to receive our guides, our spirit guides. Would you like to journey to the place of knowledge and wisdom in the underworld? Would you like to journey to the place of healing in the underworld? Would you like to journey to the upper world, to the place of planning, where your soul planned out this life here and chose usually your parents? We still have free will, mind you, okay? We still have free will. But it's like a painter who chooses his brush and colors and then paints the picture on the canvas. We still have free will to transform our lives and change the direction. Would you like to learn to shift energies? Would you like to learn to clear the pollution from the water, to protect yourselves from the magnetic waves or electromagnetic waves now that 5G is coming along? Would you like to heal certain types of cancers, diseases, autoimmune diseases, a lot of diseases, a lot of autoimmune diseases? Would you like to know why we're having a lot of autoimmune disease? All these questions will be answered. Again, you'll be able to do this practically. I found a way to connect with the higher self, with our higher self, and I'll show you how I've done it. There are many ways to do it. There's not only one way, but I found an easy and practical way. So, divinity. So please let me know if you have any questions so far, and then we'll pursue this, just to know if it resonates with you. Pia, if you're with us online, is this course going to be online as well? Okay. We'll get that answer sooner or later. Okay, so it's online and on site. Okay, Ruba, does that answer your question? All right. Does anybody have any specific questions? Any questions whatsoever? Could be a detailed, specific question. It could be a general question on shamanism. Shamanism is the oldest spiritual practice that we know of. Some people say that it started up north in the Alaska region, Mongolia. It doesn't really matter. All cultures have shamans, have spiritual healers. So, is there anything I would like to show about certain herbs that help heal the wound? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, of course, to be shamans does not mean that you have to use medicine, plant medicine, or herbs. Now, a lot of them do. I do. I conduct ceremonies in Lebanon and in Peru, ayahuasca ceremonies and other visionary healing plants like San Pedro, Bobinsana, Vilca. I also am giving a ceremony or conducting an ayahuasca ceremony in Lebanon on the 14th of May for 6 days. If you're interested, let me know. So Hela is asking, I watched the documentation on shamanism and it seems a bit complicated when it comes to the initiation stages. Would you need to do that? As in call in a spirit or so? Well, it's not complicated, Hela. Why do you say it's complicated? It shouldn't be complicated at all. The thing is, beginners in shamanic practices or the shamanic practitioner way usually have a weakness because they have doubts or they're in the head too much. I'm going to show you a way, very easy, by the way, to get out of the head and into the heart, to go from the ego-based to the heart-based consciousness. Okay, Hala. So I don't know exactly what they did in that documentation, but of course we're gonna invoke our spirit guides, and you will receive your spirit guide, your principal spirit guide, your animal spirit guide or power animal, and much, much more. So when you say when it comes to the initiation stage, would we need to do that? Well, yeah, we're going to receive our guides, our spirit guides, but it's easy. Why would it be complicated? It's not complicated. Okay, it's a matter of fact, it's really easy when you're in the heart. Just get out of the head, be present, capital B, and I'll show you how to do that in the course. It shouldn't be easy at all. It shouldn't be hard at all. Some people say it's simple, but it's not easy. I don't think that it's hard at all. That's just my perspective on it. It's just a matter of practice. The more you practice, the better you become at it. Did I answer your question, Hela? Well, I hope I did. Also, in the course, I'll show you how we can, let me see. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. So in the course, we'll also go into transpersonal states. Transpersonal is just a fancy name for spiritual, transpersonal, beyond the ego boundaries. And you can live many states, the void or oneness with source, many other states as well, without taking anything. You don't need to take drugs, you don't need to take psychedelics or sacred medicine to do it, okay? I will show you how to go into non-ordinary states pretty fast, okay? You'll meet if you want. My intention is to go to the upper world and meet with the beings of light, so you might like that one. We will only deal with loving spirits and conscious spirits. I'll show you how to protect, clear, ground, have an intention, and consciously do this, okay? Now, as a shamanic practitioner, you learn basically on your own. You learn from your own experiences more than you learn from the teacher or the shaman. Of course, if you're taking ayahuasca, then you learn a lot from the teacher, ayahuasca, and San Pedro. San Pedro is just a masculine grandfather energy. Ayahuasca is more feminine. Ayahuasca is more known, but San Pedro is just as strong and powerful and visionary and healing as ayahuasca. Usually people who have, you know, deep diseases, or what you call serious diseases, can take up to 12 ceremonies, or can live through, experience up to 12 ayahuasca ceremonies before they heal. And also we can combine San Pedro with that. So that's a little bit more advanced, but we can do that. Okay. So like I said, the difference between shamanic healing and other healings, that we work basically with the spirit world. Okay. Mystics maybe just concentrate more on the divine experiences, whereas the shaman has more of a healing healing place in the spirit world, and brings that healing and insights into this world. But you know, nowadays we use all these names for the people who do healings and bring healings from the spirit world or the divine world. Now the new shamans are coming from the West, by the way. It's no longer the traditional Peruvian or Brazilian rainforest shamans that are doing this work. A lot of Westerners are doing this work. And I really encourage you, because it will strengthen your spiritual beliefs. It will open you up to the spiritual. And by the way, the spiritual always leads the rest. The spiritual leads the mental, physical, emotional, and energetic levels, okay? And what is needed now is a shaman who can heal, you know, diabetes. I have diabetes type 3. And the shamans that can heal certain type of cancers, if it's not too advanced, and remove radioactive contamination, clean up toxic waste, protect, like I said, from the all sorts of magnetic waves, and point the way to new energy sources and creative ways of thinking. So there's a lot to be done if you like this work, and it's very effective. Any questions so far? Ruba, Hala, Julia, anybody have any questions so far? So did I give you a pretty good idea of what shamanic practitioners do? Okay. Hayat is very curious. I hope others are curious. If you don't feel the calling, it does not mean that you cannot be a shamanic practitioner. You know, you don't necessarily have to be a shaman. Okay, that's a big word. But again, I gave you the definition. So you can just go on this path. It's a very spiritual path. It does not have to do with religions. The essence of religion is the transpersonal. The essence of religion is the spiritual. So it doesn't have to be religious necessarily. A lot of religious people are very spiritual, some are not. You know, like in everything else, you have all sorts of people. Mystics never fight. Spiritual people never really fight amongst each other. Religious people sometimes do. I'm not into religion, I'm more into spirituality. It's all about love, right? It's all about the high frequencies. So you want to keep your frequencies high at 500 hertz, which is the frequency of love, or higher. Joy is a higher frequency. Peace is an even higher frequency. They say salam alaikum, right? That's pretty profound. Peace is a very high frequency. I'm going to show you how you can find serenity and peace, and how you can get out of the mind, how you can get out of the egoic mind, okay? So certain shaman rituals, so Ruba is asking about, yeah, shaman rituals, shamanic rituals. You have all sorts of shamanic rituals. I mean, smudging is a shamanic ritual, right? Opening up a ceremony with sage or mapacho. Mapacho is jungle tobacco. So it's a chacaruna. They call it the chacaruna in Peru, which is a link between this world and the other world. Tobacco is actually a very sacred plant. It's not the Marlboro cigarettes that they smoke in the West that's been processed and that is full of tar and toxins and heavy metals. No, it's not that at all. Mapacho is you're talking about the rituals. Mapacho is a chacaruna again, and we use it to open up ceremonies, to cleanse and clear the aura, to open up the chakras, to digest, integrate, and process certain energies. Many uses for it. So that would be a shamanic ritual. Smudging would be. Other rituals would be, I guess, journeying could be considered a ritual. And we'll do a lot of journeying in the courses. And the course on the 26th and 27th. I'm repeating that so you remember that if you're interested and curious and if you have a calling, you can join on the 26th and 27th of March. It's going to be from 10 to 6. It's going to be for 2 days. And the first couple of hours, we're going to do a ritual, Ruba, to connect with your higher self. Again, there's so many rituals and they do it in different ways that, you know, I don't know which one to talk about, but certainly smudging is a ritual. Certainly using the rattle and stone to ground is a ritual. Using the crystals to open up the third eye, to journey, to enhance the imaginal is a ritual. You know, all sorts of rituals. You can make up a ritual if you want. It doesn't have to be exactly you know, the way they taught you. You see, some will be that way, but do not limit yourself to anything. Keep an open mind. So Sushma, Does dream of past loved ones have any messages for us? Of course, I often dream of my deceased parents. Just curious to know, probably that doesn't relate. No, of course it relates, Sushma. It relates because you're being probably messaged by your deceased parents. And of course, if I were you, I would talk to them. Don't panic or get, scared or have any doubts. Get rid of the doubts and just, when you see them, you dream about them, ask them questions. This is real. These dimensions are real. All you have to do is believe and ask questions, and you will get insights. You will deepen your relationship with your parents, even if they have crossed over into another dimension. By the way, they're bathing in love. Okay. Any other questions? Don't hesitate to ask questions, ask just what you feel you need to ask. There are no, unconscious questions. Just ask whatever you want. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, did I clarify a couple of things for you? Is anybody interested in doing or joining the ayahuasca ceremony? So Hala is asking, can shamanism help us release blocks on abundance, relationships, and career? Of course. The whole point of shamanism is to team up with your spirit guides who love you unconditionally, who know you better than you know yourself probably, except for your higher self, and who will help you in this world. For example, they can unblock blockages that have to do with abundance and unblock certain things. Ask and you shall receive. Okay. The biggest obstacle is the doubt. And I would say that another obstacle would be to be too much in the head. Okay. So doing and being need to be exercised. In other words, doing is being experienced. People focus a lot on being. Fine, capital B, presence, accepting what you cannot control. I agree, but we need to take action as well. Celia, how are you? So, yeah, what were you asking, Celia? Yeah, of course, we can unblock all sorts of energies. Okay. Anything else? Let's make it interactive. I think I gave you enough generalities, and we can go into more specific questions if you want. Yeah, so Ruba, the ayahuasca ceremony will be held in Lebanon, yes, in the mountains of Lebanon. And I'm conducting that on the 14th. There's nothing wrong, Hayat. Impatience is not going to help you, though. Okay, so the date will be on the 14th of May until the 19th. The 19th you leave. The 14th at night, you'll be in Lebanon, and at night I'll give you a briefing, and of course you need to do a diet. Okay, no meats, no salts, no fats, and I'll tell you about that. Actually, let me give you my WhatsApp number, and you can check out my website. If you want to WhatsApp me, I'm in Dubai right now, but WhatsApp me on my Lebanese number, it's easier. Let me type it in, hold on. Yeah, 14th until 19th. So you have 14 nights, 15, 16, 17, 18 nights. So 5 nights, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 5 nights and 1 day. Okay. So here's my website if you want to check out some stuff. I didn't put the dates on the website, but if you're curious. Okay. And here's my Lebanese number 009. You can WhatsApp me on that number. March, April. April, I'm leaving to Dubai, to Lebanon on the 4th of April, so that's going to be difficult. School holidays, okay, I understand. Yeah, I understand. Well, I'm doing these ceremonies every 3 months, okay, and I do take people to Peru as well. Some people want to be in the jungle and the rainforest and be bitten by mosquitoes and feel the real thing. So I'll take you there if you want to go, Cindy. Okay. Yeah, in July, we can do it in July. We'll see. Just stay connected with me and I'll give you the dates and everything, okay? Hayat, did you say we can't see? What is it you can't see, Hayat? Oh, you can't see the number? Oh, well, try it again. Can you see it now? That's weird. Okay, well, I'll give it to you right now if you have a pen. So plus 961, plus 961. Yeah, go ahead, Hayat, share it if you want. So plus 9613 308 198. My website is markmallat.com, marcmallat.com, marcmallat.com. Celia, you forgot a number 3, 9613 308 198. So you got 2 3s. So Hayat gave you the right number. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Hayat. I wonder why you can't see why I'm blocked. I don't know. Maybe we need to clear. Some people don't want you to wake up. All right. So, yeah, that's it. Any other questions?
Hello, Mark.
Hi.
Hi, this is Hala talking.
Hi, Hala Fifi.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, all good. I want to ask you regarding the documentary I've seen on shamanism, since you talked a bit about the rituals and everything. So what got me really finding it complicated, you know, they were like, they had to put things on their heads, they had to take in spirits in their bodies, and they had to run around trees. So it was very complicated. Like there were more than one ceremony, and the people were like forcing the kids. They're like, you're chosen by the ancestors, get into it. So it felt like, why is it too forced? Oh, it looked so heavy on people. So that's why I wanted to know, why is the process like in those places?
Yeah, well, you know, everybody does it differently. We don't have to climb any trees or eat any bushes or dance all night. No, you don't have to do that. Have an easier way. You know, all sorts of rituals out there. You have some people, you know, hang on a tree and cut themselves, other people fast. You know, these methods can be used, but we no longer do these. At least the Westerners don't. I don't. You know, I've had enough of the tough type of rituals. We don't need to do it that way at all, Helen. It's a lot easier than that. It's not that complicated. Okay.
That makes life simple. Thank you.
Yeah, I like simple things. There's elegance and simplicity. There's elegance and simplicity. You don't have to make it extremely tough or intense or complicated. Thanks, Helen. Any other questions? Shoot, ask me anything you want, as long as it's not personal. I'll probably answer that too. How many course levels are required to become a practitioner? Well, you become a practitioner right away. Okay, from the first 2 hours in the course, going into the course, you become a practitioner. All right, so you don't have to take, there are 3 levels, but again, you know, the 4th level for me is to go take plant medicine, which you do not have to be a practitioner. I just like it. I just resonate with ayahuasca and San Pedro and these visionary healing plants. So yeah, you'll get into it straight away. And then, by the way, it's all about practice. It's all about practice. So depending on how determined you are, and depending on how strong your calling is, or how much it resonates with you, you will practice. And practice, perfect practice makes perfect. And I'll show you how to do that, no worries. Yeah, I did sweat lodges in Peru. I didn't like it that much. I did them in Spain too. You know, it's okay if you want to be, you know, you want to connect with Mother Earth, it's great. You're in the womb of Mother Earth. I do that for people who want to. I haven't done a lot of those though, but I've taken enough ayahuasca for more than a lifetime. So yeah, I do sweat lodges if you're interested in that. Anything else you'd like to ask? All right. So, perfect. My spiritual name is Mother Earth Light. Okay, that makes sense now for the sweat lodges. Sweat lodges can be tough, you know, depending on the intensity of the fire and how many people are in there. You know, when I used to do it, everybody was naked in the sweat lodge. You don't have to be naked, of course, but when I did it back then, it was pretty tough because I couldn't breathe. There was a lot of smoke, but you know, the thing is not to panic. Just stay cool and calm as a cucumber. Nothing to fear, but fear itself. And most fears are derived from the fear of dying, and dying is just a transition. After you die, you're bathing in love. So, but you need to experience it, because I'm sure a lot of you have doubts. But once you have a couple of death and rebirths, then you will lighten that fear of dying. It will become less intense if you have that fear. Ah, okay. All right, Senior. All right, anything else? So if you're interested in joining in 12 days, it'll be a 2-day training, a lot of practice, and you can join my tribe, or I call it my tribe, but it's a WhatsApp group, and let's have fun too. It's very exciting and enjoyable to discover new worlds, and there are many worlds in the underworld, and many worlds in the upper world, and many worlds in this middle world. So when's my next session? You mean which one? You talking about sweat lodges or ayahuasca ceremonies or shamanic healing or shamanic courses? What are you talking about exactly, Celia? Are you still in Abu Dhabi, by the way? There's a lot going on. You can just, you know, get in touch with Illuminations and they'll tell you what's going on exactly. Oh, tonight, no, I'm cooked. So I'm done for the day. Yeah. All right, guys, so God bless and hope to see you soon. If you have any questions, just WhatsApp me and I'll answer. Even if I take a little time, I will answer all of the WhatsApps, okay? Thank you, Hayek. Thank you, Sinya, Ruba. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Sushma. Have a good one. Keep smiling, no matter what.